my candidacy. I want to thank the hard-working men and women of organized labor for standing in there with me. Thank you. I want to thank those individuals that believed in a Florida that could move forward on economic development and green initiatives, those that were willing to move forward in making sure that people throughout this state had someone who would be a defender for Social Security and to be able to fight for our men and women that once wore the uniform, our veterans. And I can tell you that being the only candidate in this race endorsed by the Veteran of Foreign Wars, PAC, and also the veterans of Afghanistan and Iraq, it's a great honor for me as an American to have had their endorsement. And I called Senator-elect Rubio. He was very gracious, and he wished me well, and he told me that we ran a great campaign, and I commended him on his campaign for someone who came from the outside to come inside to take the kind of commanding lead that he took in this race almost a month ago. It could be commended. I told him, you know, we may disagree on the issues, but we do agree on principle. And I think he is to be commended tonight on his victory. And we will continue to march on what we stand for. I also talked to Governor Chris, very charitable words between the two of us. And he's in St. Petersburg tonight. But I can tell you one thing that the three of us have in common. We are looking forward to sleeping past 10 o'clock one of these days. I want to thank President Obama, and I also want to thank President Clinton for their support of my candidacy. I truly, truly appreciate their support. I appreciate support of Senator Nelson. Also appreciate the support of all of the local elected officials throughout the state of Florida, some 320 local elected officials that endorsed my campaign. I feel very good and proud of our campaign. I want to and thank you. And I thank the campaign staff like no other campaign staff that any other campaign has had. The fact that we, you know, led by Abe Dyke, who's my campaign manager, and Tasha Cole, my deputy campaign manager, and also Raina and Joyce Postel and John Adrabi, who kept coming up with a new excuse like, do you believe in polls? I don't believe in those things. But I really appreciate his friendship. And also, I mean, there are a number of people that I can recognize here. I thank my pastor, Dr. George E. McRae, who was just an outstanding spiritual leader in this effort. Pastor Jackson, Art Jackson, thank you so very much, and so many others that cannot be here, including rabbis. But ladies and gentlemen, we won tonight. We won tonight. There are people throughout this state that went out and voted for the representation that they wanted. We stood on our feet at all times. Our knees were not shaky at any time. And I'm glad that we served as an example of commitment for what we believe in, that people should have affordable health care, that people should have a leader that will stand with them when they need that leader. So I'm glad I stood on behalf of the reason why people signed the petition in the first place to place me on the ballot. I am glad that the primary voters saw fit to hand me an overwhelming victory in the primary. I'm glad that the grassroots community all over the state of Florida, people that live on clay roads, people that live on paved roads, people that live in places where many people like myself have never been, stood on behalf of our campaign and cast their ballot. And I want to just say, as I close, that Florida should be very proud of itself for focusing on this election season unlike any other in a midterm election. We will have our challenges. We will have our sacrifices that have been made. But in the final analysis, Florida will live on and strive on. And we should continue to lead in our own way. Need to be elected or anointed or selected to lead. And I stuck in this race on behalf of the people that counted on leaders to stand by them. And I'm glad I did, not only on behalf of our seniors, our former military personnel, but on behalf of my children and your children. Thank you so very much. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you as I step down off this stage. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.